Hey everybody, it's Coach Rob here, and today we're going to work on the third punch that you need to know, which is the hook. And we call it the hook, but basically when you hear somebody saying throw the hook, we're talking about your front hand. So for righty, we're talking about your left hand. For southpaw, we're talking about your right hand. The right hook is a whole another animal, and we'll talk more about that in other videos. It's more of an advanced punch, and there's a few different reasons why. So when we're talking about the left hook is not an easy punch to learn. In fact, I think it's the hardest one to learn. It's probably even harder to learn than the uppercut. Although the uppercut's probably a little harder to actually land because you have to learn how to fight on the inside a little bit more. But the left hook is a nice punch because it's out in front of you, so you can throw it from a little bit of a farther range. The right hook, I have to be a lot closer because I'm only getting to here where my left hook is coming out into this range. Okay, so if you have to get closer to throw a punch, it becomes more dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. So the left hook, we can throw off of a jab, off of our cross. It's out in front of us. It's going to be just a little shorter than your jab, maybe about halfway, to the target from where your jab can hit. But you've probably gotten yourself in a little closer to throw it, so you'll be in an okay range. You can also throw the hook from a little bit of a farther distance. You can throw it out a little further, but we'll get into a little bit more of that and how to do that in some other videos. Now, if we're going to just throw the hook, I'll show you the basic technique on it. What I want to start my punch kind of just coming out off of this left shoulder. From there, it's going to turn and then come across. So throw it about shoulder height. You don't need to start throwing it way up here. Just throw it shoulder height, and if you're working the heavy bags, punching off of your shoulders is a good way to go so you don't put extra stress on your shoulders. When you start coming way up high, it's just a weird angle for you to hit. I know if you were to fight a taller person, you'd have to do that, but if you're gonna do like lots of rounds on the heavy bag, throw it where your arms are gonna be more comfortable, and you're not gonna walk out with sore shoulders all the time. Sore muscles is one thing. Sore shoulder joints is a totally different thing. So from here, we come straight out kind of off of that shoulder, and then it turns across. Now I'm throwing it with the palm down for right now. We're also going to turn our hip into the punch. When you finish, it comes out, it comes around. I'm looking at my target, my chin is down, and my shoulder comes into my face. My other hand stays up. So my finish is here. My finish is not here. Once you take your eyes off of your target and you've rotated too far, you don't know what you're coming back into when you turn back. So always keep your eyes on your target. You throw it through, that gets you through the target, you've protected yourself, it's a nice, good, strong shot, and then you can come back or you can follow it up with other punches. Okay? The hip turns. The front foot kind of rotates a little, your heel comes up. Most coaches will teach you to turn your heel because they're trying to teach you not to arm punch, but to get your body to rotate into your hook. If you just throw your arm out there, it's going to be a slapping, weak punch. So we want to get our body to turn like that. All right, the hip turns, the front heel can turn a little bit as well. But what you're really doing, and your main focus, is shifting your weight from your left side to your right side. So when you throw it, your weight goes to your right foot, all right? And if you were to throw a right hook, it would be the opposite direction. So the weight shifts here, the weight shifts here. Whether or not you totally pivot your heel or not, it's kind of up to you, but you want to just at least make sure you're rotating your hips and your shoulders and you're getting your body weight into those hooks. If it's all arm, it's not going to hurt anybody, okay? I'll show you here on the bag so you can see a little bit more realistically. Let's say I threw a cross and I'm in here. Now what I've done to get to the cross is I've pulled myself in with that shot. So if I'm out here really far and I go to throw a left hook, I'm going to be really extended. I'm not going to get a good position. It's going to be a weak punch. So what I'm going to try to do is just come in a little closer with that cross, bring my back foot in a little, and when I turn, I'm going to fire everything into that left hook. So that's a pretty good shot there, you know. I've turned into it. I'm turning my palm towards me on that closer hook right here where I'm at a 90-degree angle. If I was to get farther out, I'd have to turn the palm down in order to hit with the big knuckles. All right, but you can throw it with your palm down here too. The problem is when people throw it with their palm towards them is they tend to get slappy and hit with the wrong part of the hand. Instead of the big knuckles, they're hitting with the inside of the glove. And you can get warned for that in boxing, especially amateur boxing. So when you throw it, just make sure you're hitting with the big knuckles and the wrist is still nice and flat. So I throw the cross, I throw the hook, and there I am right there. My right hand comes back up. My left hand is here. I've rotated, I've shifted my weight to my right side, but my head didn't go past my right foot. I'm still here nice and balanced. Then I can come back with another shot if I needed to. So here's a couple more left hooks for you. Throw the right, throw the hook, and the punch comes back the same way it came out. So when you throw it, you're here and it comes back to here. I hit, I come back to my boxing stance. This kind of stuff gets you really countered. So if I throw a hook and he threw a hook back and I brought my hand low, now I'm wide open. I throw the hook, I come back and my hands are right back into my guard. So, if you're throwing like a 1, 2, 3, right, you're emphasizing that hook at the end. 1, 2, 3. The 1 and the 2 get me in there so I can land that left hook shot. If I throw the 1 and I really threw that right hand too far, my left hook's going to be not so good. So you shorten up sometimes, like shorten up the right hand a little bit to land the left hook. So that's your left hook, arms parallel to the floor, even with your shoulder, level with your shoulders, leading with the hand out in front of the elbow, chin's down, shoulder comes to your face, don't take your eyes off your target, shift your weight, turn into that shot, and it's going to be nice and strong. Now look, it's not going to be a great hook unless you really practice it a lot. So if you only do it for a few times and you think, oh, I got it, I get bad news for you, you don't have it yet. So you got to keep working it and you can get that snap in it. And then over time, we'll teach you how to put the shoulder snap into it, make it even better. So your hooks will be something like this. All right. Coach Rob, I'll see you next video.